Okay, I'm so sorry, guys. Um, you're probably not even in here yet.
I'm just excited to see.
I can hear myself from another screen. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna share it so that because I don't think that you guys all were able to find it again. Hey Emma and Tammy, I'm so sorry. It's because, as you can tell, I'm in my dad's house because my Wi-Fi didn't get sorted. So when everyone's in, I will. Oh, I feel so bad. I'm so sorry. It's happened 2 weeks in a row. Oh, kill me, kill me, kill me, kill me now. Um, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Hey Steph. Hey Gloriana. Hey, I know Gloriana. I'm so sorry. Hey Shay. Hey Jashquita. Hey Lynn. Again, 1,000 apologies. 1,000 apologies. I'm so sorry. Hey Steph. It, this week, guys. This week. Um, just I'm sorry I don't look as kempt as normal. I have been like really, really, but I'm not grey anymore. Really, really, really busy today. I just got to my dad's. I'm here in my slippers. Like I literally live next door to him. Um, and my dad was on the phone to my younger sister. So then we're like talking, and I was like, okay, I need to go do my live. And she's like, it's Saturday. Why are you doing your live now? I was like, thanks, Emma. Um, yeah, because last night I went out with my friends, and I'll um I'll put I put a picture of me up on my story, but I'll put a picture of us. Oh, also, if you want to keep Instagram open in another screen, because I didn't want to go over the whole. I put the streaming software on just because I'm in like the cinema bit of my dad's, and it's the like basement of the house, and sometimes the Wi-Fi is a little bit funny, so I didn't want to sort that whole thing. So I put just right now like a bunch of pictures on that they're not all the ones I'm going to talk about tonight, but some of them are. So if you want to, I don't know if you're on your computer and you can have Instagram open on your phone so that you can see what I'm talking about. I will try and like share them a little bit too. What I'm gonna do is or oh, I was just thinking what I should do is on that other stream I should put in the comment section the new one. Let me just do that really quick so that because I see someone just commented asking um new stream. I don't have the URL for it, which where is it? Um let me see what I can do here. Oh, here we go. Yes. No, no, I can hear myself. Don't need to hear myself. Okay, so we're good. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah, so I went out last night with my friends, and it's like my big, really big group of friends. And wow, we had such a good night, such a good time. One of like my best friend from school, her partner, boyfriend has owns like a bunch of restaurants, and one of them is like this really nice like American diner, but it's not like the typical American diner. Like they do cocktails and it's like gourmet and stuff. It's really good. And like they have a lower part that they normally keep closed at nighttime for only for like private things. So we had the bottom to ourselves, so like we could be really loud and stuff. And as you guys know, like I don't drink, But oh my gosh, some of my friends last night, well, I left at like quite a reasonable time with a couple of my other friends, and then the rest of them I got this morning. I like texted the group saying, "Oh, I hope everyone's alive," and I got these series of pictures back of like people in bed with like makeup still, like McDonald's wrappers and stuff. So yeah, everyone was calling it Freedom Friday yesterday. Oh, Steph, sorry you can't go. Oh, and Greece, oh, everywhere. Oh God, I know that's why. And there was some people take. You know, I will say this about. I find here more than anywhere else I've lived that people just sometimes like take it to the so extreme. Like there was like people like could not physically stand up, and that was at like 10:30 when we left the restaurant. So I was just like, oh my gosh. And then today, what was I doing? Oh, I had stuff to do this morning for work, and then one of my friends from my last job, she came up to see my new place, and we were like catching up and chatting, and yeah, it was just a good day. And then I jetted over here, and my Wi-Fi will be in on Monday. Otherwise, I am going to lose my mind because one of the things about the Isle of Man is that a lot of companies have monopolies over here, so they don't care about service, and that's one of the things. Is like the Wi-Fi communications company do whatever they want. And yeah, I had my shot this week. I had it in this arm whenever I had it, and I was like, I rolled it. I had like a tank top on and true like lesbian style, and like a tank top. And the woman was like, "Oh," and I was just like, "I was just doing this one. I'll get it over with." Because I can use my right hand, but I'm mostly left-handed, and I obviously like went like that. She goes, "Oh, I'm gonna have to put it in the middle of this picture here." And I was like, "Oh, that's fine." But I mean, if I go from my if I reach that like that, it's a tiny, tiny, tiny bit sore. But yesterday morning when I woke up, I felt a little bit warm, and I felt like I had a little tiny bit of a hangover. But I took some paracetamol or acetaminophen and ibuprofen, and I was fine. Some of my friends felt a little bit sick, and my dad's bitch wife, she's been complaining about having a sore arm for like, because she's like only a few years older than me, so she got it at like the same time. And she's been complaining about having a sore arm for like 2 weeks. So yeah, I didn't have anything. I got AstraZeneca because the Isle of Man, the only Pfizer left in the Isle of Man is for people with second shots, but we're nearly done with everyone for their first shots because my brother is 19 and he registered to get his 3 days ago. So yeah, I'm like the youngest, apart from my brother, in my family here, and everybody else has had those. My uncle, he's 70, he's getting a second shot in 2 weeks, and my dad's getting his at the end of May. Yeah, she was like, she's trying to complain about my brother before, and you guys know that like my brother is like my son. He's just not having it. But so now that I've rambled, and Miss G, yeah, you guys will be missing Miss G. So wait till you see her in her new home. She absolutely loves it. She loves her new house, and it's a bit bigger, you see. So she's like in the morning, like around 5 a.m. She loves to run laps in the house. Yeah, Stephanie, I did hear that the Pfizer one, it's the second one that you get the symptoms, and then everyone says AstraZeneca is the first one. So stuff like that never bothers me. Like I get my flu shot and stuff every year, and I never get any symptoms. My family is like freak. Like there's so many of us. My dad is one of seven, and all this is kind of weird. So my dad has 5 brothers, so there's 6 boys and 1 girl, and my aunt has a husband, but she doesn't have any kids. But all the sons, all of their first wives died before they were 50, and they were all very similar. And then all of the second wives, they're all remarried, apart from one, everybody else. And then all the other ones have second sets of children, except my dad. We're the only set. And then there's like my cousins have pictures with like kids holding their baby uncles and stuff. It's weird. But anyway, my family's huge, and there's like nothing in my family. Even very little cancer. Like no one has anything wrong, no allergies, nothing. We're like really, really, really lucky. So it's really what you guys say. Oh, Savage, you got yours too. Hey, Ifunya. Oh, so a lot of you guys haven't had the shot. I guess like in my own little Isle of Man world here, because the UK is doing quite well as well. But my sister and my brother-in-law, they haven't had theirs in England yet, and my brother-in-law has asthma, like quite bad asthma. Oh yeah, okay. So let's talk about that word. So the first thing I was going to talk about is some of you probably saw that I put on the channel the other day a little Dexter teaser trailer came out, and I know the last couple of weeks I've been talking about Dexter and stuff because I really think Dexter, when it's going to come out, is going to play a big part in where the L Word is going to air, because Dexter's the only show that ever beat the L Word ratings wise. And this is just, if you know Showtime, like I'm sure a lot of people do, like especially the American viewers, that when Showtime is a new season's coming out, they will always drop a tiny little teaser trailer first, like Dexter the other day, and it never shows footage, and it's always something. Mostly it's animated. Like remember when the L Word was first coming back and they did those like cartoony bits. It's the stuff that they wore when they went to Pride, the cast. So I'm expecting something like that really, really soon. Like I'm talking like next week, maybe the May weekend, something like that. Because hi Afunya, because the Dexter one, they started filming a little bit after the L Word because they're only doing 8 episodes, but they're still filming. They're filming, I think it's in Massachusetts, in this like fake town that they've made. I think it's called Iron Lakes. And this is where I'm going to bring it back to the L Word again, is that because it's a fake town, like all the signage that they've done is specifically for Dexter. And I saw that they had made like a Christmas tree signage and lot, and they put like fake snow and things. So that made me think, are they going to air Dexter where they aired the L Word not last year, the year before? Because that would have, it airing, or like they won't show it the week of Christmas like with the L Word, they skipped a week. But if they put Dexter in there, does that mean that we'll get the L Word a little bit sooner? Because again, Dexter's only 8 weeks. So say they do Dexter December and January, we know the L Word's 10 weeks. We could get the L Word in September. I mean, that's also me being extremely optimistic. But I know pretty much everybody's saying December, but I don't know. There's something in me that is saying maybe we'll get it sooner. And the only reason that I think the Dexter teaser came out before is because it's Dexter's first season. And think about when the L Word was coming back. They started filming in July, and boom, in August we got not only a teaser trailer, but we got a proper trailer. When Shane was getting off the plane, and Bet when she was like doing the glasses and things. So the fact that they even waited this long for the Dexter one is just because of COVID. And again, that's the reason we haven't had an L Word one yet. We definitely would have had one by now. I just really, that's what I'm hoping for. That's what I'm hoping for. We'll see what happens. But I am gonna cover Dexter on my channel. Not probably to the same extent that the L Word does, but I really like that show too. And yeah, I'm just pulling up the pictures that I want to talk about. So, oh, one other thing that I don't have a picture of, because when I got sent it to me, it was sent to me as a video. And sorry, someone's trying to come to the live. They said they couldn't get it. Yeah, someone sent this to me as a video, and well, I saw a picture first, and I was like, I'm not sure if, like, I'm talking about the location. I'm not sure whether that was a school or it was a hospital, and that they're filming the season finale in. And then someone actually sent me like the cruise video, and they are filming 100%. How much of the finale we do not know, but they are filming some of the finale in a hospital. And my first thing that I thought was somebody's having a baby, but that could not, I mean, that might not be the case, could be the case, who knows. And then obviously the next thing that I was thinking was like, oh, the FBI was something involved there with, we don't know what this crime or whatever's happened. I highly doubt that it's a death or anything like that, because been there, done that. Like, so, Tammy, I know you're worried that some people were worried about characters. I really don't. I can't imagine them doing that at all. And again, not to toot my own horn or be that person, but when I had my private direct messages conversation with Marja, like, she really said, I mean, I know it's for show too, but she said season 2 is really special. So I just can't imagine someone using the showrunner using that word to someone they know is like a huge fan of the show, if something like bad was not only going to happen, but that's how the season finale was going to be. Like, I don't think so. So I think it's much, much more likely that, like, people are saying that something happens, and that something happens and it's either like a little blip, or it's something that brings everyone to converge. Like, if Shane or Angie or someone gets in a car accident, then it, everybody comes to visit them in the hospital, and that brings everybody like central. And so, let's see what you guys say. Steph said they filmed the finale but don't know if there's another season. Yeah, that's pretty much any television show. It's very rare unless you're a juggernaut Grey's Anatomy, where they renew you for multiple seasons. Like they did that with Orange is the New Black, if it's a real runaway, like huge hit. But I don't think I've ever heard of a Showtime show getting multiple season renewals. They normally are quite quick to renew the L Word. They used to do it, like especially in the earlier seasons, like once the first and second episode of the premiere had aired, they would they would renew it. It's just a bit weird this time that it's been not only so long, but it's taken them so long to film this, that I will be really interested to see, because it also depends if they wait for the show to air, then, say it airs, like I'm saying, I hope September, October, November, they get renewed in October, say. Do they wait until the summer to film it? Because the L Word traditionally is always filmed in the summer, or what do they do there? So I would love to see them renew it before it airs, and then they could film this summer. But I don't think they're going to go straight back to filming after filming all this time. I said, can you imagine? It's really special when someone dies. Yeah, I'd be like, why do we need to have words? Lynn said, but if the FBI is involved, I think it will be around Danny's dad. Yeah, that does make sense if it's a character that we know. I mean, because the first season was quite contained, and they were very much setting things up, like it's definitely going to be interesting what they do forward. I don't know whether you can there's some videos going at, even there's another video that I saw. Let me see if I can pull it up. Of you, they're filming today in Bet's house, because some of the crew were like putting videos up of them like messing around and stuff. But if you guys are on under my thing on Instagram, the pictures that I put up, let me see. Oh, so of course we got the pictures from Laurel and Jennifer and Leisha this week, which was really awesome. And Laurel put those other pictures up. So we did get quite a lot of them posting this week. And I did see on Pants's podcast Instagram, they were asking for questions again. So I know they don't really answer that many show specific ones. When I asked them a question, I think I asked it the first time they asked for questions. I asked what their favorite scene both of them shot in, like the L Word or Gen Q, but obviously they didn't answer. But that I'm gonna ask them again. I'm just gonna keep asking them. Hey, Andrea. No, I really, really don't think anyone's gonna die. Like I'd bet money on that. I don't think they would do it. Like the show, one, it didn't work in the original show, and like that show has been tarred with that brush of awfulness. Like one of my friends, like one of my only friends on the Elf Man that watches the L Word, she hasn't seen Generation Q, And when we were at dinner last night, we were talking about my channel and things, and because she's like one of the only ones who knows about the L word, so we were talking about it, and she's like straight, but she loves Bet, and we, she was asking me like, should I watch it? And I was like, absolutely, like you need to watch it, blah blah blah, now, and before season 2, and da, da. And she was like, yeah, did they ever explain anything? And I was like, that is what everybody, like, that's in your mind, like, because it's the end and the last season, so awful. So I don't think they'd go down that route for that alone. But the fact that the show is, yes, they deal with some heavy topics sometimes, but I feel like it's Generation Q is like lighter somehow, and like more, not funny, but I don't know what the right word I'm looking for is, but it's just brighter, and like maybe it's the filming in LA, in LA and Silver Lake. Oh, thanks, Arkin. Yeah, I know. I just can't wait for season 2. I just hope they hurry. Yeah, like what Emma said, the Elwood graveyard is big enough. Yeah, like, and the other thing that like everybody like talks about, and even Eileen Chaikin admits she should have never done this, is killing off Dana. Like, that's enough. Lynn said, wasn't her dad's company making synthetic? Don't know whether I'm allowed to say that word on YouTube, but yeah, they also, they were making, like, manufacturing and optics, if that, you know what I mean. Um, so that, like those big uh, Purdue and all those big ones, that like the big pharmacies, manufacturing companies, like they get sued and stuff all the time for stuff. And we don't know what her dad's doing, and you have like all those, the doctor shopping, and some of those, I know in Florida, like well, it's not as bad anymore, but they used to be terrible problem, and they can actually supply the doctor's offices and things. So could be something like that, like they're being investigated for some sort of fraud for that. But I think that would be more like the DEA if it was something related to that. But it could just be like him being shady business, share, anything like that. Sonia's here with a exact date. I see a trailer hitting May 11th, only because I won't be able to see it for a few days. Oh gosh, that's exactly. Oh, I need to put so tomorrow I'll put up my, I told you guys to do that little, I'm going to do that little square so that everybody can pick a date. Molly, you said you couldn't come. I'm so glad you came. I'm going to put that square up, so there's nothing to enter, like, just I'm going to put it up in a post on my community tab, and just comment underneath and put what date you want for the bet for the trailer, and I'll put everyone under the squares and make it in like an Excel thing, and then the date that the trailer comes out, and I mean, even if it's a little teaser thing like Dexter and it's only like 10 seconds, I'll still count that. And then in the future, any new trailers, like that will be a new date counted. Then everyone who picks that date, they can get something from my store for free. Oh yeah, Sophie's grandma was sick, but yeah, I'm sure there'll be like tertiary deaths like that, because they're like more used as a driving force or something for our main characters. So I just don't think they'll do that to any of the the main characters. Ooh, chat just jumped. Sorry. Said Robin Harter, Michelle, new listener. So I don't know that. If that means like you're new, then very welcome. Oh, the eye. You got a different name today. I was got a little cat in my profile picture. It's cute. Stephanie, I think she said, I think Alice learned her lesson with threesomes. Aaron is willing to come back. I'm like, well, Alice has been now in what, 2 thruples, so hopefully she's learned her lesson now. Molly said, I think Jordy and Angie might be a long-term thing, to be honest. They contrast really well, would make for good storylines. Yeah, I think so too. I think that there'll be definitely like a season longer thing, because obviously like the actress is back on set too, and then with Jordan being like a series regular now, then she's definitely going to have like a lot more to do and like a lot bigger storylines outside of like just her relationship with Bette and Tina, and then like secondary relationships with Alice and Shane and stuff. I also loved the throuple. Alice is my very, very, very close second favorite character. And then everyone knows I love Gigi too. Oh, this chat keeps jumping. Yeah, I wonder. Someone sort of said Bette doesn't like Geordie. I wonder, like when Tina came back and they were talking about Angie, and Bette said she makes me feel nervous. I think she said it'll be really interesting to see if they go back to that and use that as some sort of, I don't know, like, was that right, or was there a reason or something else that like why I don't know. I always thought that was kind of like they were planting some sort of seed there, because it just seemed like I just don't know why she would there's a very like specific phrase to use. Ah. Molly, also there are no queer teenagers on TV. It's a really great, really big relationship in TV. That is true, and I've talked about this, but I'll talk about the other pictures just in a sec. And I I've talked about this before with especially the show Dead to Me. If you haven't seen that show, it's really, really good. And especially the second season has quite a lot of like lesbian, LGBT, like bisexual storyline. So it's a fantastic show. I started watching it because I really like Christina Applegate and Liz Feldman, who was on one of the like first handful of Pants episodes. I'm a really big fan of hers too. She's the creator and the writer, and she's friends with Leisha and Kate. And that show in particular did a really, really good job of just not of having a lesbian and a bi character or pan or whatever character that it wasn't their defining feature. It wasn't this huge big deal. Like they started dating each other, and one of them had previous, like one identified as there's a few lesbian characters, and when she started dating someone who was bisexual, the bisexual one lived with like a widowed woman with two kids, and she'd previously only dated men, and when the widow was like, "Oh, you like her," and the bisexual one was just like, "Yeah, I do," and she was like, "Oh, she makes you happy. Like, I'm happy for you." And it wasn't this huge, big, "Oh my God, you're dating a woman, and what does this mean?" And are you like? It was just like, "Cool, you like this person. She seems awesome. Go for it." Like, so much on in film and television, these gay storylines are like absolutely stripped down to just the coming out story, and then they're killed off or written off the show, or they just take a step back and they never date or anything else again. They're just like identified as the gay one, and that's kind of it. So I just wish that they, like the L word, it was just like all of us, like, well, like most people, that it's just a part of who you are, the same way that like I have blonde hair but someone else could be brunette. Like, it's not the defining thing about you. Yes, it's an important thing, but it's not the only thing, and that we need more gay characters that go through other things in life, and not everything has to be just about coming out, and that's their like only storyline. And then there's no, like, you never see it before Orange is the New Black and thing like the L word and stuff that's out now. Like, you'd never see gay dating on TV or anything like that. Like, and you still really don't. Like, Leisha, Jennifer, and Kate talked about this so much when the show was coming back. Like, nothing took its place. Like, okay, Orange is the New Black, but those women are in prison. Like, they're not really, people that you can be like, oh, that's me and my friends, or that, I want to be like that. And it just, I could talk about that all day. Oh, yeah, I've answered it. Amy, thanks. That's so sweet. I love doing what I do. So that's. Oh my gosh, Bettina and Alice. No, that way. No way. That's like Alice is like in the friend. I don't know. I have a switch where I'm like, if someone's my friend, that's like the switch is on. Hey, Lisa. Oh, Amy said, any insight into the big ring on Laurel's hand in her pic, maybe engagement ring from Carrie. So I was talking about this to Chris from the Elwood Online, who was at Elcon. If you guys haven't seen that, it's on my channel, so you can watch it. And the next Elcon is going to be in May, so stay tuned for that. And the photo is flipped, so the ring that's on Tina's hand is on the right hand. Let me see if I think I still have the picture here. What's going on here? Oh, no, I don't think I do. But I think we like whatever we did, we went into like the settings or something, and it was flipped. Hi, Chai Girl. Yeah, the flowers was the cherry night. Always right. Oh, hey, Nancy. Oh yeah, Chai Girl, that's right. I did start. She said, I find it strange that Vanessa has not posted anything about the L word since she started shooting, and I just find it so strange that like a lot of the crew post quite like I said like I just saw pictures. I think it was about 3 hours ago, and they're 100% shooting in Bet's house. Like their picture, like they go around the room, so you can see the whole set. So, and then I see pictures all the time, like the ones again. If you guys want to like follow along with the pictures, I put them on my in a like batch on my Instagram, and it's just so odd, like the way it seems like, and like Danny and Gigi, Safida and Ari post. Well, they haven't posted in a while, but they were posting quite a lot. And then I don't know. I guess because I'm thinking in my head, like if I ever went on the show, I'd be literally like posting like every ceiling tile or something. But I think the writers should explain. Um, Someone's asked about Bet, and iPhone has asked about Bet and Maya. The Maya's not going to be in season 2 because the act. We talked about this a couple of weeks ago. I think she's in Law and Order, isn't it? The actress who plays Maya, she's in another show, and this is what I read. Marja doing an interview that she basically said like Maya kind of represented that, you know, taking a step forward and going back to dating and blah blah. It wasn't supposed to be like that character, and I don't think they realized that Maya would get such a good reception. Maybe they would have tried to keep her then, but the actress is booked on something else. Yeah, Rosie is definitely back in New York now. I'm just reading because I was a little bit behind. Oh, just tweeted that's it. Yeah, the SVU organized crime one. The Law and Order Organized Crime. Well, oh, one of the producers made their account private? Which one? Do you know what's really funny? So, you know, like a lot of the time, like I do, like if there's a picture that's like something cool, but I don't think it's like worthy of like an actual Instagram post, I put it in my story. And there's like a lot of the crew like look at my stories and I'm like, dude, you're on the show. Like, what am I gonna tell you? I think I'm catching up to the end now. Danny asked about Tasha. Rose Rollins is on a new show too. I can't remember the name of it, but she's playing a basketball coach. So, and also judging by the interview they did last week, it sounded like I mean, they could be totally playing it off like they did with Laurel, but I just don't imagine that she'd be asking those questions as she'd been on set. And they are filming the finale now. Ash, who is the artist that Beth is pursuing? Have they said what her art is about? They haven't confirmed that Vanessa is playing the artist, but it's maybe they did confirm it, but it's that's definitely who she's playing. And she's supposed to, I have it written down somewhere, I can't remember where I put it though. She's supposed to be either political or like the art is some sort of like I can't remember the word that I'm looking for, but it's not performance pieces, but it's like controversial political. So maybe can anyone remember? I can't remember what it's called. Time War, but that is supposed to be like a really big. Maybe I can find the thing I wrote. Hang on one sec. Yeah. One sec. I think I have it here. Oh, come on, little computer. Okay, here. This is the quote. An incendiary artist who's been out of the public eye for almost 20 years until Bette becomes determined to track her down. Pippa is an artist. She's hot. It's in a reoccurring role. She's roughly Bette's age. I swear there was something else I read that made it sound like she was more like doing political stuff, but I can't remember that now. Eileen said, been trying to weave all the many new characters and possible storylines together in my mind seems very complicated in just 10 episodes. Yeah, it really, really is a big, big cast. And there's like a lot going on. So it'll be really interesting, especially with like these things that we started to see with like the FBI and all this stuff. Like, is this going to be a real like the Les Girls thing, like a season arching thing, or is it like a couple of episodes? Because I mean, 10 obviously is more than we got with the first season, which is good, but it's still not the regular 12 that we were getting. So I think that is only purely based on the fact that the it costs, well, probably more, in Vancouver they were not having to pay, so they could do 12 episodes for the amount they're doing 10 episodes in LA, but probably with like inflation and stuff it's more anyway. Gigi's definitely coming back. Yeah, this okay, someone sort of said the Bob Marley 17. Yeah, this is one of the oh, thanks, Molly. The these people that I spend my life like trolling people's Instagrams. So where is this one? Oh, maybe I don't want to put that one up. Oh, come on. I've seen so many dogs on the set. I don't know whether they're people's dogs or in the show, but there's definitely one other dog apart from Shane's dog. That one that I posted a couple of weeks back. It's like a little collie. Oh, I think I've missed something here. Who left? She left that comment. Who's left what? Oh yes, that's right. That's right. That's right. Yes, Molly, on it. Thank you, youth ambassador, refreshing old woman's brain. Uh, Vanessa Williams. I think it was the weekend that they announced that she was going to guest star. Someone wrote. I can't even remember what they wrote, but it was literally something like I like Bet and Tina or something, but like it's on the article about her being a guest star, which okay, and Vanessa Williams underneath the like replied to the comment and said, "I hope I can change your mind." So I mean that was only confirmation I needed that she's going to be playing, you know, Bet's love interest, like, or something's going to go on with them because it just that's what it sounds like. Misty said, and cats. I have still yet to see any cat representation, and it is alarming, let me tell you. Yeah, I mean, the only other thing, well, no, but yeah, Vanessa hasn't posted like anything else basically about being on the show, which I find it's strange when actors don't do that. Like I mean, they Leisha and Kate talk all the time about they don't bring their phones to set, which is, but then I'm like, well, then where did where did these pictures come from? Again, like, do they have a day where they think, oh, we should put a picture out? So that's why I need to go on that set to just get some pictures and stuff. Yeah, I think there must be some sort of like really strict control because Molly's right that Carolina like I'm just being real here, like some of the people that have been cast this season, like this is their biggest get to date. And if I was going on the biggest job that I've ever gone, you better believe that I'd be like, you know, checking it or putting a picture up or something. Like even, when everyone was going back to set and like Gigi, I'm just gonna use Gigi and Leo and everyone were putting like the pictures of their little trailer doors. And I know this is a really random anecdote here, but did anybody ever used to watch that show that was on I think it started in 2001 called Roswell, and it was on like right when like Buffy and all that was on. I absolutely loved that show. Like I loved it. It was I love it. And that one of the Katherine Heigl was in it. That's why I started watching Grey's Anatomy, is because I loved her from Roswell. And Jason Burr was like one of he played Katherine Heigl's brother in the show. And he's on this season of Supergirl. And when the night that the episode was coming out that he was in, he hadn't made a big deal out of him being on, but he, like, obviously the news came out that day that he was going to be in that night's episode because it was a premiere. And so then he posted all these pictures of him going to the set, like in the middle of the pandemic on the plane. He was like, this is me going thing. And then because he didn't want to reveal who his character was, he just took like had pictures of like him and stuff. And then when the episode aired and everyone knew who was playing, then he posted like pictures of him on the set, pictures of him with like his character's name on the trailer door and stuff. So I guess this is another way of saying like it's maybe similar to what happened with when Laurel came on the show. And we know they took all those pictures and things, but we didn't see them until after the episode had aired. So part of me thinks that they are taking all these pictures, but they're just being so hush hush because they don't want to spoil anything, because season 2's gonna be so good. That's my theory anyway. Thanks, Lisa. I definitely do need to be on set. We need to. I'm gonna be like, once I don't know, sometime soon, maybe whenever they stop filming and I know they got a little more time on their hands, I'm gonna be like, Maja, I need to be on set for season 3 to supervise. She's gonna be like that nutcase. Oh, it's not the Vanessa Williams who's Miss America. It's another Vanessa Williams from Candyman, I think. Emma said, I'd be lying if I denied my absolute love for the angst and stolen glances. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, this season is going to be filled with, like, tension, jealous bet. I'm so absolutely excited for jealous bet. And that's why I think, like, like season 5 of the original show. Oh, sorry. Like, whack was hurting me there. Season 5 of the original show was so good and such a payoff because it's not like, imagine if, I don't know, like halfway through season 4, like before they built anything up, that they just like had the she-bar thing like that, it wouldn't have been as good. And they had pretty much like nearly a whole, well, it was across like a season break, so it was like a year of this build up and like the conversation in like the backyard, like by the pool, and then like when Tina's doing like the texting to Jodie from Bet's phone about the putting her in a box, and all the other stuff like in the beginning of the season when Tina's on that date and then she's having like lunch with Bet and Jodie and stuff, and all of that, like that made it all worth it, like it, all of that build up. So I think this, like, obviously the season's 10 episodes. We know Rosie O'Donnell's in at least 3, and she is in the last couple of she's not in the last one. And the way that they're filming was, it's really hard to tell whether she's in episode 8 or 9, but she's in one of the last ones. So I just don't think that there's going to be one episode and then Bet and Tina are going to be together in episode 2. I think this season is going to be like the end of season 4, beginning of season 5, where there's lots of like tension and build up and jealous bat. And again, I love jealous bat, so I'm here for it. And I think it's going to be really good too because I really like Rosie O'Donnell, and I think I've said this many times that a really strong person, actually like strong, had to play Carrie to stand up to all this. And also has to be a strong actress to be able to do scenes with Laurel and Jennifer, like Laurel and Jennifer alone, but then also like the chemistry they have. You can't just throw a random person in there. Didn't call break up with Tibet kids. So what other pictures did I have to talk about? Let me see. Oh, thanks. Molly sent me the actual quote. Yeah, the person said, "No offense to you, but Tibet forever." And then Vanessa Williams said, "Ha, I won't hold it against you. Hopefully, I'll win you over." So yeah, I wonder how many episodes she's in. You guys won't believe this. These literally, as I was walking down. Well, I got. Let me be honest. I was lazy, and I had this ring light, so I got in the elevator, and I got a message on Instagram about someone who wants to give me like a code or like a social media thing, which I don't get like loads of this stuff because they don't ever want like LGBTQ people as like promotion people because it like YouTube, it limits you a bit, and the company is called Smooth My Balls. I don't even know what type of company it is, but it looks like it's tennis balls or hedge clippers or something. I'm like, yes, what made you think that? So let me see. There's a video of all of the crew drinking Red Bulls. That's not best. I'm looking at the Instagram pictures, so if you guys want to follow along on my thing, that I'm talking about that one. These people that it looks like they're like in the app, like they must be talking about they're coming back in the Molly. You might know their names. Like the top one, the ring light. Like they're in the background of the made it like a funny color then in the airport for Sophie's, like when we find out whether she's chosen Finley or Danny, or the third option, like I said, and just left. Oh, I don't know why that held your message, Emma. Sorry, I'd like. Anything about Helena? No, I haven't heard anything more than what I said in the video that I did about her. Because the really strange thing is that I don't know whether they were like, oh, okay, the news is out, just leave it on IMDb. Because for literally like a week, it was like on there, off, on there, off. Off. Because when it got accidentally leaked about Laurel, like it was straight off, like done. And yeah, it's strange. So I I mean, they're not gonna like confirm it obviously because there's although like we all know like we're the really like big fans, like there's some like one of my best friend who lives in LA, she's really likes the L word, but she follows like Alicia and Jennifer and Kate and stuff on Instagram. But when we're chatting, she'll like be like, "Oh, what did you talk about this week in your channel?" And she doesn't follow the information. And if I wasn't telling her, then she wouldn't, be following the information. Like she just watches it when it comes on new, and she really likes it. And she'll like their posts and stuff, but she's not like actively going out and seeking like information about who's coming on next season and things like that. Yeah, Emma, that's exactly what I what I meant. So yeah. those lesbians. Great ambassadors for smooth balls. Alexandra Hudson. Yeah, it's hard. I mean, obviously, like I haven't seen anything that indicates that she would be coming back. For Alexandra Hudson, for anyone who doesn't know, played Dylan, and she now is married to Jodie Foster. When Jodie Foster got her, I want to say Emmy or Golden Globe, Emmy, they were like at her when because obviously like it wasn't in real life, they like filmed the winners, and they're in like their silk pajamas, and Alexandra Hudson, her hair is as grey as mine was last week after I hadn't had a dog in a while. And I mean, she's married to Jodie Foster now, so it's like, does she need to work? Not really. But I mean, like, wouldn't it just be for fun to go on the L word? So I haven't seen anything that indicates she's coming back. I would, especially because Tasha's not there, they haven't told us what happened there, and there's so like even Bettina are divorced. None of the relationships of the original show survived the 12-year hiatus. So I'd be really surprised if they had kept the Helena and Dylan thing still going. Oh, thanks, Savage. Yeah, I got my hair cut and colored on Wednesday because it was completely grey. And I was supposed to have an appointment the first week in April, but obviously got cancelled. No, I'm pretty sure Helena is coming back because there's it wouldn't if that day that I found it and I put the information out there, if it wasn't true, like Marja follows me on Facebook. Marja follows me on Instagram, I'm sure, and like we've talked about that. Like if it wasn't true, then she would have said to IMDb like or told someone like, why is this information on there when it's not true? So they would have removed it by now if it wasn't true. So I just do find it odd that they left it up. Dylan and Helena are really like Marmite. Like people either really really like them or really really do. I do not like them at all. But I know Chris and Slicey from Elwood Online, they love Helena and Dylan. Is she ever coming back to Pants? Is she still the producer? She's still something. I think she's still like, maybe it's just in name only, that the way like a lot of producers, they have like their name on, if they create it or they put a lot of money into it, then they get to retain that. So I think that she still is like a named producer. And I do find it really strange that now they've had what? Jennifer, Laurel, Sarah, Aaron, Rose, Eileen. Am I missing anyone? I think that's all the L Word cast that have been on it. Like the only person who, I mean, Tasha was a main for what? Three, well, she was in season 4, 5, and 6. Like, oh, Mia. Sorry, I forgot Mia too. Why would you not have Helena on, who was, why would you not have Rachel on, who was in every season but the first? Janina she is on the morning show now. So they're filming that right now. I like that show. Well, I really like Reese Witherspoon, Steve Carell, and Jennifer Aniston too. But it is a good show if anyone hasn't seen it. And I do get a kick out of because when I watched it for the first time, I didn't recognize her, and I was like, oh, she looks so familiar. And then I was like, oh my god, that's Poppy. But, oh, bye, Terry. Have a good night. Have a good thing at work. Stay safe. Be good. Drive safe. Yeah, she is big time now. Oh, definitely watch the morning show. It's really good. I love Reese Witherspoon though. I do love Jennifer Aniston as well. I need some new show recommendations. I want like a really good drama. I think I'm gonna rewatch Dexter because I think I wanna. I'm thinking about making a like Dexter video about like, oh, this is what you need to know for the revival. But I was thinking about doing something like that for Generation Q. Like, have I seen Grey's Anatomy? Emma, dear Emma. Grey's Anatomy is the most consistent thing in my entire life. I have watched Grey's Anatomy since day one. Day one. I watched the pilot live. I love Grey's Anatomy. It's the best. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna do a video of like where we left off in season one, what you need to remember for Generation Q, like a roundup of the season. But I'm like, when it's hard to know when to do it for though because we don't know when the show's coming back. Molly, what, you skip season 5? That's one of the best ones. The best Grey's Anatomy season finales are, I think it's 5 and 6. It's the one where stuff happens with Izzy, George, the boss, and then the shooter episode. Molly, get your life together. You have to start from episode 1. Oh, just read a station 19. I did. Somebody else told because they were telling me that. I mean, I know who Karina and I can't remember her girlfriend's name, but I do like them on Grace. And then another subscriber, they told me that they kind of start in, I think it's season 3, and so she said like, oh, you can watch season 1 and 2 like pretty quick, and then season 3 is when that starts. So I think I'm gonna watch that because I love Grey. So 911 Lone Star. Oh, Brian Michael Smith's in it. Molly, I'm disappointed in you. But yeah, do you have any other recommendation, my loves? There was anything else that I wanted to chat about? Let me see. I'm just trying to go through my pictures and see if there's anything. My friend sending me videos of her eating a Kit Kat. Just what I need. Oh, see, look, I don't know whether you can see this very well. This was me and my friends and I last night, and then when I was paying, they were like, I could see them on the security camera dancing downstairs. Let me see. So this was the best picture of the week, though, wasn't it? It was so cute. Like, give us more. Yes, this is the one that someone was asking about before. Hello, I'm Maddie. It's at the bottom. It says it's just a set. It's just a set, and like it. That's when I was like, ooh, I can't tell if it's a hospital. And then I found like the video that was more hospital-y. Come to the Isle of, anyone can come to the Isle of Man, visit me. We're getting rid of our isolation period in June. Like this, okay, so this, listen to how bad this is. This guy, like when I used to work in e-gaming at my last job, a lot of people in that company, it's a South African company, and the Isle of Man is a lot of South African people anyway. But this guy, because I don't work there anymore, he's taken like my place on the Isle of Man team. So he moved here today, and just weirdly, he's like my apartment place has like 6 buildings, and he is literally quarantining in an apartment that's like 3 doors down from me. It's really like he doesn't know anyone on the Isle of Man except like me and 3 other people, and he's living next door to me. But he had to fly into London from South Africa, and because it's in a red listed country, he had to just you just fill in the form saying you need to quarantine somewhere and pay, and they just assign you. You don't have any choice. They just assign you a random hotel. And he has 2 children and a wife, and they had to go in this for 2 whole weeks in a one room, one bed, and like 2 camper bed apartment or hotel room. That's it. And they had like 10 bags because they were moving from South Africa to the Isle of Man. And then they did that for 2 weeks. And then yesterday they landed in the Isle of Man, and then they have to go straight into quarantine in the Isle of Man for 2 weeks. So they have to do 1 month, 1 month of quarantine. Not allowed to step out the front door. I couldn't get over it. I'm just checking the rest of the pictures. My sister sent me this picture last week of a cat on a lead at a festival. You're getting some real random. Oh, we talked about this. This was the other picture that I saw that I was like, oh, that could be a school or a hospital. But they're definitely in a hospital, because the other video had like hospital beds and like drug carts and things. You need to get a jet ski to come to Isle of Man, like that guy that got. Remember, I told you guys about the guy that got prosecuted for coming over here on a jet ski from Scotland, and he had like 10 minutes of fuel left because he got lost for like 2 hours. I did talk about this really briefly last week, just in case anyone wasn't here. The fact that they were starting to do ADR on the series is like, yeah, they're definitely getting ready to wrap up, because the like a show like the L Word, you're only going to do ADR at the end. Let's see. I think that Oh, let me see. This is the one in Bet's house. Oh, hey, Mary. How you doing? Glad you can make it. I'm just talking randomly. We've talked about a few little things, but and then Bet's front door is another one. And there's another one. Well, this one's like in Bet's house too. It's just very, very short, and they're just doing a little game. Sorry, I'm showing you these on my phone. Next week will be business. Well, might not be business. Well, this isn't never really business as usual every year, but next week we'll be back to normal and in my house, and I'll be able to show you my new house. So, yeah, and oh, of course, Mary, glad to have you. We talked about pretty much anything that happened this week already. As I said last week, I know last week everyone was a bit like, is Laurel in the finale? But as I said last week, I was pretty sure that the answer was yes, but now we know for sure. And I think the biggest, like for me, obviously, it was great to get the Bettina and Alice picture this week, but I think the biggest thing this week is the Dexter teaser, because one, it shows that they are going to put out something even while the show's still filming, because I did think maybe they're not going to put anything out until the entire season is in the can, and because Dexter is still filming. And I did think maybe because it's been so long, they might skip the usual first promotion, which, as I said earlier, is usually not. It's usually an animated or something like that, like just an image. Like it's not anything that has physical actors, people in. So I think that we'll get one of those little teaser things for the L Word very, very, very soon. And then we will get a proper, minute and a half trailer very soon. Uh, I'm hoping that when they wrap filming, we get that. Like, I cannot wait for that day. I really cannot. It's going to be so satisfying. After all this time and me talking about this show 24/7, I am living for trailer day. It has got to happen soon. Oh, glad you like Dexter too, Mary. And we need the trailer right now. We needed the trailer yesterday. I I just can't wait to see everyone's reactions, and I just can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see everyone going crazy. And yeah, the second that it goes up, I will be, if like it's like I'm not asleep or something, I will probably like immediately watch it, film reaction, and go on live to talk about it and shout about it. Bye, Lisa. May 23rd. Oh, yeah. So I'm going to put the post up tomorrow of the dates. So everyone needs to pick the date that they think a trailer. So it can count for a teaser trailer, a real trailer, a date in May that they think the trailer is going to come out. And everyone on that date who picks the right date can get a piece of merch from my store for free. And if I don't know, if it doesn't come out in May, then we'll roll it onto the next month. We'll do that next month. Are you gonna take Laurel's birthday, Tammy? Everyone's saying the 23rd. Yeah, because we've got the UK, we've got bank holidays coming up really soon. We've got, not this Monday, the Monday after is a bank holiday, and then the last weekend in May is a bank holiday. The 20th, do you know what? If it was the 23rd, that would be absolutely amazing. That weekend is when we're going to do Elcon. So, you guys have got anything else that you want to ask? I am going to. Oh, whoops. Sorry. Dropped you. Not dropped you. You're on a table. So, sorry about that. Whoops. Let me twist you again. So, these chairs are like. I don't know what I'm going to show you. This, like, it's like the cinema seats. They like pop up. So sorry about dropping you. Oh, battery put Lynn. I'm gonna put it on. What am I doing here? I'm gonna post the calendar on my community page, and then for you guys to pick, all you do is you just comment on the, it has to be a comment on that post, and then I'll just go through all the comments on the post, and I'll put it into an Excel on my side, and then whenever the the final, everybody, I'll give like a week to do it, and then when all of the dates are in, then I'll post the Excel like on my community page, and then we'll know from there. Obviously the date will start from the 1st of May, and now I say that, and imagine if they drop one on the 30th of April. Obviously that would be amazing, but Oh, I would love to see a blooper reel too. I really wish that they did stuff like, I don't get why they don't put stuff like that on the DVDs, because I would so buy the, I mean, I would buy the DVDs anyway, but so many more people would like. I wish they put them like somewhere, anywhere, like on, the way on like YouTube there's like loads of like the Office bloopers and stuff. You can't hear me anymore? So good. Oh, I know why. No, I don't actually. Can you hear me okay now? Oh, the interrogation tapes. No, we don't need any more cheating either. Oh, okay, good. I feel like I'm like either a weather person or, I don't know, like a news broadcaster in the field holding this. So yeah. Oh, okay. That is fixed. Yeah, I don't want any more cheating. I think that hopefully the Finley and Danny Sophie thing like is the end of the cheating. But knowing they all were, I'll have to get some in there again. So does anybody have any last thoughts, questions, moments? If you enjoyed this evening, please give the video a little like. It'll make my day. And yeah, like I said, sorry that I am in my dad's because you'll be in my new apartment next week, next Friday, as usual. Same time, same place. And Miss G will be joining us. So she's missed her on-screen moments. So she'll love to show you around her new place. And yeah, as always, guys, thank you for coming. You know, I love you guys, and I just love my lives. I love chatting to you. You're all just the best. So make sure to take care of yourselves, be good, stay safe, all that good jazz. And yeah, love yous. And I will see you all very, 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 very soon. And if you have any questions, thoughts, anything else, just send them to me on Instagram, direct messages, and anything else. You know, you guys can always ping me about anything. And that's it. Stay safe, be good to yourselves, be good to each other. And I love ya. Okay? Be good, guys. See you soon. Bye.